I'm so-and-so, I was given this name by my parents, I've been to such and such a college, I've done these things in my profession, I produce a little biography. Buddha says, forget it. That's not you. That's some story. That's all gone, that's all past. I want to see the real you are now. But nobody knows who that is. Because we don't know ourselves except through listening to our echoes and consulting our memories. But then there's a real you, and that again leads us back to this question. Who are you? That is the real you. We shall see how they play with this exam by the koans to get you to come out of it.
Good afternoon. All right. How's everyone's lovely afternoon? And it's so nice outside. Let's get right into the slight message before I begin this stream today. Energy, as it always is. Just want to also take a minute because the last week has been very chaotic. As I said, we were going straight in from that lunar energy, and a lot of my peers, colleagues, friends, also clients really were tried last week. And like I said, it was accountability that was going to see us through. And not to say that anybody experiencing the discombobulation of keeping it together is like in any way like an unorganized person, or even like to say that they're doing something inherently wrong. We all have our own process. We all have our own, approach to getting life together, as it were. Again, it was energy that was being brought to us, and how we responded or reacted was in accordance to where we are in our own personal journey. And that's something that we have to honor the space of, is wherever we're at all times. Not to disillusion ourselves or to, represent inauthentically. Saying you're okay, but you're not okay. Saying you have it together, but you don't have it together. It's always like you won't get the help unless you come authentically. And so last week, the energy was so vast, and all this change was turning. And we've been pushing at the cart. Last week was the cart starting to gain momentum. And you're like, oh my God, it's not rolling. I don't want to let it get away from me. This could have been presented in needing to meet many deadlines at once, having a lot of issues in your social circles at once, and just feeling it all coming at you at once. So if you were able to allocate the time and, write everything down, look at it from the standpoint as, okay, this is here, I'm going to elevate it. Now this is at me, let's elevate it. Now this is coming at me, I need to elevate it. And you're just sort of like laying your cards down and turning them face up in the order that you were given. Again, it's a lot happening, but you wouldn't have been, with a systematic approach, you wouldn't have been so drained at the end of the week, because that's everybody I talk to. I'm drained. I'm tired. Last week was crazy. Last week was, I was working 14, 13 hours a day, every day. I had help so-and-so, and then help so-and-so, and then help so-and-so. Again, bring it back in. What did you do for yourself? And was there any kind of, and even on that front, it was, I'm dealing with all my emotions. A lot of my triggers are hitting me this week. So again, it's are you being authentic and letting people know that as well. So moving from that very chaotic energy, I would like to just go silent for half a second here so that you can take a deep breath in and breathe it out. You survived. It is in this coming week, or in these next few days, because these energy transmissions that I get are simply within the span of maybe 3 days of when I put them in or post them up. The energy's about 3-4 days a week maximum of what's happening, you know, in context to what the energy, astrology, mediumship, all these tools that I utilize, quantum, uh, touch, all these modalities that I utilize energetically, Reiki, transmissions and such, to bring to the forefront of those who happen to click or happen to share. And if you have been doing that, thank you. I, you know, my numbers are going up little by little, so you guys are awesome. um, so again, we're going to be shifting into these next few days. So as long as, you know, this isn't a creed to live by, this is just a map work, if you will. All that being said, these next few days, it's important to remember that no man is an island. And when I say that, what I mean is you have these big, big projects ahead. You have these big dreams coming out of your head into the real world, into the real reality that you're like, okay, how do I make this happen for myself? Or if you're job hunting, or if you're trying to get back to work, or if you've been called back to work, how do I wrap my head around it? Ask for help. There are people waiting for you and people who are in positions of authority that can help you. Find those people, call those numbers, and get all of that in order. But you can't until you, again, identify with how you're feeling. If you're overwhelmed, if you're triggered, you have to ask for help and you have to remain authentic. And if you're being, you know, inner turmoil and you're wearing that facade of I'm okay, you're not going to ever press past the threshold. Sorry, I have a lisp. Press past the threshold to those, you know, that are waiting to help you. And they're waiting. That's why they're there. They're there to help. You know, so remember, your projects need people in mass to help make them a real thing. And again, if you are applying for jobs, make those callbacks. If you are, you know, getting back to work and you're finding that it's hard to stay motivated, you know, without divulging too much to your coworkers, because that's a whole other conversation. Put it out there, you know, that I need to reorient my own routines and ask people what they're doing. You know, again, it's all about starting dialogue to create that communication back and forth. Because we are also in the energy of being the Grand Master right now. We are all put at the forefront of creating the reality right now. And when we apply that to actual life as it is, you will be the one making those callbacks. You will be the one needing the help. You're the one with the great ideas. You're the one with a, you know, off chance following that you can do something great. But again, you have to put it together and follow through. Be very aware of your emotions this week, as they can pull you in this way, pull you that way, or you can be in them and you could be sitting in the space of, why am I being attacked? Again, nothing's happening to you, it's happening through you. You have to meet the vibration and then elevate it. So again, as your emotions start popping off with nuances, it is not you are feeling some kind of way, it's you're responding some kind of way. And you need to have that inner dialogue and change the narrative, you know. And in the same respect, if you are passively, you know, just letting everything not overwhelm you, if you are just, you know, doing too well. Sorry, my cat. If you are not being phased by anything. It's time to soften up and feel those inner feelings, because those are the biggest indicator to navigating what is uh, the highest good for you. You'll definitely be able to say, this feels right. But you got to trust the feeling first. It doesn't come later or after the fact. So just watch for the overwhelming, confusing emotions. Again, one at a time. Let it come to you. Just pat yourself on the back as well this week. A lot of things are happening behind the scenes that not many people in your social circles may be aware of, that you have been patiently tilling away at. So good job on you. That's great. Working patiently in the background is how you make it the reality in the forefront. In a world of social media and everybody always posting what they're doing, a lot of people can evil eye that, and I don't think that everybody really gets what that truly means. It's when I see somebody posting, oh, I just hit the lottery, or, like, oh, I just found the most amazing partner. There's initially an emotional conjunction with people that read that and then either resonate with it and authentically congratulate. And then there's people who read that and kind of try to find a facet, and when they can't, it's pushed off for them, and they send that little vibration out into your connective reality. And that's not good. So again, just keep cracking away at it and show the results. I mean, that's the age-old story. Show results, don't tell me. Because, again, you are having the responsibility of remaining authentic. And if you keep putting up the facade of, I'm doing great, and you're not showing any results, you're just acting powerful. And there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, that leads me to the next thing. And not to push against the grain of what I just said, but there is something to be said about faking it till you make it. That's not at all inauthentic. That's actually visualizing it. Are you writing it down? Are you making your plan? And that's how you walk with confidence, without saying to everybody, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. You're executing each goal on your way to the dream. And even the dream is not the end destination. Because once you've achieved something, you'll set another bar and another bar and another bar. That's what life is. It's a series of bars. And not all of them are made of chocolate. Unfortunately. Throughout the rest of today, just understand you don't own everything. You don't own everyone. There's definitely feelings of possessiveness. Give those around you the space to be. Today I would actually recommend a hands-off approach to social interaction, even with your animals. Overbearing, over-coddling, over-interacting, clinginess. You're not owed anybody's time or space. And you don't owe anybody that time or space. You can definitely be within your own space, and that can be a good thing for you, and that's all right. So again, if you are in a social circle and you're just like, I don't want to do this today, just bow out. However, in this realm of I don't need y'all, watch for impulsiveness, because I'm talking to myself right now. I bought a pizza last night, and I'm supposed to be fasting, and I was like, I'm gonna have a pizza because I have a full fridge of food. But that's how I act impulsive. I was like, I knew it was gonna come in the air, and I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna have my little cheat time, I'm gonna do it on a day that the universe is saying, go ahead, because we already knew. Everything we've already gonna do is already done, over and over again. So, on that note, I'm gonna enjoy my pizza, but I know definitely I'm done for the week. I have to be on. I have to be on my A game. So I'll definitely do my best again every day. Everything comes as it comes. I do want to pull a card today, so just to kind of give some insight into what is happening for each of us. And sometimes there's a message that's not just astrological. We have to simply let it come to us. Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. When I look at this card, I see this young man, and he's completely within his own space, his own peace, his own light, his own wisdom, and it's being guarded. There's nothing that can break through to disrupt that, because he knows who he is, and he's fully able to be with himself. Star Brothers are, you'll find the like-mindedness people that are sitting in this very safe space of connectedness. And it's somebody that you can kind of just sit with in absolute silence. Someone you can always like hit up 3 years, 3 months, 3 minutes at a time. And they get you. So look for these people. And know that the bond that you've created with these brothers in your life are protected by the highest high. It's about safety and trust when you find yourself in the company with them. It's beautiful. On that note, thank you for watching this portion of the light message. It always gets a little like, I almost have this fear of being obnoxious when I start these. but once it gets going, I feel it start coming through me. So spirit definitely here in the room right now. And thank you for everybody who's been watching, sharing it. It's really like validating. And it makes me feel as though I am connected with you all. And that all of these vibrational waters that we're navigating, we're not doing it alone. And on that note, I'm going to switch gears. We're going to play a favorite game of mine today. When I was younger, I used to play this game over and over again. It was so fun. So now they've released the Renaissance. I love it. It's not just another remake. Somebody did good with that title instead of just saying remake or whatever. Renaissance. I was like, oh, I like that. I'll be right back.